is going on? Can't a girl...
CLR! Something happened! We need you! Come out here!
Oh my... I'm coming, Genome. I'm coming. Jeez, Louise. Can't a girl enjoy her day off?
I'm so sorry to bother you. I see you were in the middle of something.
Okay. It is okay, Genome. How can I help you?
Well, the new Tame update just dropped.
What?
Yeah, the Tame update dropped and they want you to check it out and report back to the new Vanguards.
Genome, you can't be serious. We just had the crafting update. And do not talk to me about the fiasco that was. The Tame update's not supposed to be out until the end of June, July.
I know, but they were done with it early this time around. So yeah, there's a lot you gotta do.
Oh my god. I'm not ready. Oh, should I go see the elder like this now?
Maybe not like that.
What do you mean?
Maybe change what you're wearing?
Change what I'm wearing? Oh my god. This update literally caught me with my pants down. I gotta go.
Where are you going?
I gotta check on my animals.
Shouldn't you put on some pants first?
Oh, it's okay. I have some at the other place. I gotta go. Hey everyone, this is CLRgaming. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's good to have you guys. And welcome to another update video. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it, guys? Feels like just last month we did an update video. That's a joke because we did. It was towards the end of April. The fix came out in April 26th for PC, and we don't talk about the 4 console players who just got the update. But here we are, the Tame update. I tried to keep up with the news with this game, and I don't know why, but I could have sworn this update wasn't supposed to be released until the end of June, early July, but here we are. Surprise! So, real quick, I've been a bad YouTuber. I make update videos like this for Smallands, and we have a Smalland series. So if you're interested in these types of videos, please consider subscribing and leaving a like and a comment if you don't mind. It helps get the channel boosted so that it can reach more people so that they can learn about this update. Now, I watched the update video and I read over the patch notes, and especially after watching the video, I left confused. I was a little more confused than I usually am. So I'm going to try and help you guys by breaking down this update into easy bite-sized pieces like I always do with my update videos. I'm going to leave timestamps down below, so if you need to come back and look for a certain section, or if you're here looking for a certain section, just check down there on the timestamps and you'll find where you need to be. Are you guys ready? You're not ready, because let me tell you, everything about taming has changed. So let's get right into it. Hey everyone, this is CLR Editing. I'm going through the footage and I am just not happy with the way the audio came out during the recording session. I have no idea what happened, but it's not up to my standards, so we're going to do a voiceover, which I think will work just fine since it is just an overview of the update. I will splice and dice the video clippings so it all fits and hopefully makes a cohesive video, right? Right. Fake it till you make it. Like I said earlier, let us dive right into it. Are you guys nervous? Do you have a little PTSD from the last update? I know you guys are worried, especially with the fiasco that was the crafting update. But don't worry, take a deep breath, grab my hand. We're going to walk through this and we're going to do this together, people. And since this is my second or third time trying to record this, I should be a pro at it by now, right? Right. First things first, it's a trap. Traps are exactly what they sound like, craftable mechanisms unlocked from the get-go. The baits for these will need to be unlocked at familiar NPCs. There are 4 tiers of traps. There's your basic, improved, advanced, and superior. Each higher tier offers an increased chance at being able to capture your soon-to-be pal. I find the word pal there to be quite interesting. That's the first time they've referred to a creature as pals. I wonder if they're grabbing some inspiration from Pal World, but that is neither here or there. Let's get into this. Traps. This was kind of teased in the last update at the end of the video where they showed this mechanism, and it is confirmed that it is a trap. There are 4 different traps, and like it said, as soon as you start the game, they will be unlocked for you. You see the picture of the workbench, the basic, improved, advanced, Supreme. They go in order of twigs, wood, stone, and metal that we have become accustomed to. What is not available to you from the get-go are the baits. Those are like the treats that you have to unlock by talking with NPCs and usually defeating a boss. For example, in our season 2 have just finished defeating the rhino beetle, and we just got the treat for geckos from Skadi. There are no longer gecko treats or spider treats. There are no more treats that are designed for a specific creature. There are just 4 different treats now. There is a simple bait, which you use to make the basic one. Simple bait can be made in the campfire. The improved one takes the next tier of bait, which is the tasty. This needs to be made in your cauldrons. The advanced one takes the delicious treat, which is made in the stove. And finally, the supreme trap takes the superb bait, and that is also made in the stove. So you got it? No more treats, just bait. And if you look at this recipe here, the basic taming trap, this is the least expensive one. Takes 2 fiber, 2 wood, 2 resin, and that simple bait. What I thought was going to happen was that you were going to place one of these traps down and then you would have to fill it with bait. That is not the case at all. The bait is used in the recipe to make the trap. This also means that these traps are a one-time use. You'll see as we go down how much more expensive these get, to where the Supreme takes 4 iron ingots, some thread, and then of course the superb treat, which takes a cake, I believe. The better the trap, the more involved it gets, the more expensive it gets, which makes sense. Another misconception I had, and maybe you guys have, is that a basic trap cannot catch a high level tame. I thought that it had to be a certain level that the basic trap can go up to. That's not the case. Could a basic trap catch a level 100 gecko? In theory, yes it could, but the percent chance of that happening is very, very low. The higher you go up, the higher percentage chance you have of capturing that high level tame. If you have a bunch of basics and you threw them about, there is a chance that you could catch a high level one. But to have a more successful trapping session, you'll need one of the better traps here. So that means that the way we tame has completely changed. Before, we would beat the crap out of our creatures to at least have health and shove a treat down their throat. That is not the case anymore, to a certain extent. There are 2 new ways to capture your creatures. One, you set down the trap wherever your creature that you're wanting to capture is, and you sit and you wait. You see if the trap takes. But CLR, I'm a busy Smallfolk. I don't have time to wait. Alright, you impatient person. I hear you. Well, I have good news for you. If you are one that took joy in beating the crap out of creatures, fear not, they have not taken that feature away from you. You can still beat the crap out of your creature to half health or less, but you are going to need a trap. There's no way to circumvent this. So beat up your creature to half health or less, and then set the trap down. Then you're going to give the trap, I believe, a better chance of working if you do that, because the creature is not as strong. Which is what I should have done when I went to go tame this creature over here, but I wanted to show you what was going to happen. I wanted to find this beautiful purple grasshopper that's in the Forbidden Lands, and of course I couldn't find it. We ran into this lubber, which ended up being a level 97 lubber, but it ended up working out great because I get to show you guys what happens when you set up a trap. So I initially set up one of the weakest traps, the basic one, and of course Skybird is in the way, and as I'm dealing with her, trying to get her out of the way, I hear this noise go off, and let me see if I can increase the sound so you guys can hear it. There you go. So that went off, and I went to go find my trap because I was still under the impression that I could pick the trap up and reload it with bait. But like I said, that was not the case. Your trap is gone. And I was doing this in peaceful mode as I do many of my update videos. The lubber was not attacking me on sight initially, but once that trap went off and did not catch him, he was mad as hell. So be careful if you're doing this and you play in peaceful. Just know that a failed trap will turn them into aggressive mode. And then of course I kept my calm and cool the entire time. I did not panic, not once. Maybe it's good that the audio messed up here. I almost die. I'm setting up the different traps. I wanted to leave the superior one for last, but of course I am a professional and it's clicked, so I ended up using the advanced one last. And as you can see, we went through all 4 traps to get this one level 97 lubber, and we did end up getting him finally with the advanced trap, but that's after all the other ones failed. So I lost all the materials I used for my traps, all the bait that I used, everything is gone, lost, but I did get a level 97 lubber. So now I guess I'll jump to this part. I am not going in order of the patch notes or in order of the video. I'm trying to make this as cohesive as possible. So I'm going in CLR order. Is that better or worse? Heaven help us, you guys let me know. So if you'll notice in the left bottom hand side of the screen, it says that you see my skybird and my lubber. Do I have 2 creatures in my party right now? I sure do. That is now possible. You must be thinking, this is amazing. This is what I've been waiting for. An army of animals to take with me on my adventures. Well, yes and no. Slow down there. The next section is called Party Time. We have also expanded your party size, so you can now tame and have more than 1 creature following you at a time. But there is a catch. There is a new thing called a party budget. Party budget, you have 100 points that you can use to have numerous creatures active at once. Each creature's value will be different based on level and species, so you can combine lots of low budget creatures such as ants and ladybugs, or a couple high budget creatures like geckos and scorpions. So I show it in the video, and forgive me, I cannot remember. Skybird takes up 42 points, I believe. I can't remember how much this lubber takes up. Around 30 or so, I believe. Let's say it's 42 and 30. That's 72 points out of my 100 budget. So I could find another creature that is 30 points or less and add them to my party. Maybe I can add 2 ladybugs if you want to do that, or maybe a gecko. I believe my geckos were 34 points or something around there. You will see the points when you go to talk with them. It'll show you how much points they are, and then underneath it'll tell you how much more you have available. So yes, we finally can take more creatures with us that are in our party, but just know that you have a budget of 100 points and they have to all add up to 100 points or less. Still amazing feature, something that we have definitely been asking for a long time. So now that we are here with our creatures, let's talk about this new feature, because you may be saying, man, that trap thing is neat, but it's expensive. How am I going to capture all these creatures? Well, you may not want to be capturing a lot of creatures, and this is why there's a new feature called Bond, and they use the can I pet that dog? A meme, right? That's what you guys say. It goes, can you pet the bugs? Yes, you can pet the bugs. This increases bond with your companion, and higher bond means they can take more and deal more damage through the power of love and friendship. Of course, that's adorable. So now there is a bond scale, and I show you here with Skybird. You'll see there is a new section at the very bottom that says pet, and the heart is pink. When the heart is gray, you can still pet your tame. It just won't count towards the bond meter. But when it's pink, it will add, and every time you pet, it adds 5 points to your bond meter. From the minimal testing I've been doing, it seems like every 5 minutes that renews, so you can start pumping that up there pretty quickly. So as you can see, it's 0 to 100. When it gets up to 100, I don't know how much more damage and defense it has, but just the fact that it adds to the defense, I think is pretty neat, and to the damage that they do. So it's not just an empty stat, if you will. It actually does something for you. So if 100 does something for you, what does 0 do? That's the caveat, my friends. If the bond hits 0, your creature may release themselves out of neglect. And that is why I'm telling you, you may not want to tame 100 ladybugs anymore, or do crazy amounts of tames like we were doing in the past, because now our tames have feelings and you have to take care of your animals. So if they reach 0, they can leave you. They can say, this is not for me. So long, sayonara. That is the new bonding feature. What do you guys feel about that? I like it. I like it. I like that it's not an empty stat, that it actually does something. I'm just a little concerned about the 0 thing. I don't know how players are going to take that. I know that when I logged in and when I was talking to Genome and I rushed over on my bird, I was actually rushing here, and it was a real rush because of course when we log in, all our creatures are at 0, so I did not want to lose them. I don't know what the percentage chance of you losing them is. I don't know if it's 0 for however long they're automatically going to leave you. I do know that I didn't see any of the numbers drop throughout my recording session here. So like I said, every 5 minutes I could pet them. I can see how it can be a pain in the tuchus, especially if you have a lot of tames or if your tames are kind of spread out throughout the lands. Like I don't even have my tames where I live. They're over here in Paradise. So I can see where it can get a little... I wish they would add more sliders. I wish that they would turn off your tames leaving you, because I can see how people are not going to like that. But we'll see. Let's give it a chance, guys. It's all new. But like I said, I think gone are the days of taming as many pets as you can. Plus, it's just expensive with the traps now and the bait and things that you're not going to. But if not, all you're going to be doing is petting your tames, which does make it a little difficult for collectors like myself. But I'm willing to give it a chance like everything else. So when I was in Skybird's little UI, you'll notice, and it brings us into the next section called traits. You'll notice that Skybird has 3 traits down here. Every tame now will come with 3 random traits. And there are 4 categories of traits. Of course, there's common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. As you see, our girl here has 3 rare traits, and she's not that high of a level. She's a level 49. But what I think is happening is the more time you spend with your creature, the better their trait was. Because, well, let me go through here. So I'll leave the stink explosion for last, but she has like a soft plushie. The body temperature of this companion is unusually high. Now, I don't know what that means other than maybe she keeps you warm when you're riding her. I have no idea. If you guys know, please let me know. She has the thick chitin trait. This companion has a hardened carapace and greatly reduces damage taken. That's pretty neat. I go over and I start showing Kevin 1.0 versus Kevin 2.0, and I was very surprised here. I thought Kevin 2.0 was going to have the better traits because Kevin 2.0 is a higher level, I think in the 90s or something. He's actually a level 96, but as you can see, he has 2 uncommon traits and 1 common trait, which goes to my theory of, yes, Kevin 2.0 is a higher level tame, but I have not used him a lot. I used Kevin 1.0 a bunch. I leveled her up, and of course I used Skybird a lot. I've leveled her up. So their traits, I'm going to show you what Kevin 1.0 looks like just so you can see. But Kevin 2.0 has the bioluminescence trait. That's that green glow around him. He is bolstered. This companion has a hardened carapace, reducing damage taken. I'm guessing it's not as good as the one Skybird had. And then fast learner. This companion clearly learns from its mistakes. Of course, our poor little Kevin 1.0 doesn't have that trait at all. But let's go over to Kevin 1.0 so you can see. Kevin is level 35 only, but if you'll see, he has 2 rare and 1 uncommon, so a lot better than Kevin 2.0. He has the thick chitin one, he has the stink explosion, which I will get into in a minute, and he has enhanced metabolism. This companion seems to react pretty well to elixirs, increasing their effects. Now, I didn't know you could use elixirs on your tames. I don't know what that's about. I'm pretty sure that's old news. Oh, I gotta look into this. Can we splash our tames with elixirs? Am I just having a brain fart? I might be. Highly possible. So currently with this update comes traits. There are over 15 different traits that will generate when you tame your creature. These come in 4 tiers: common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. These range from being slightly more durable to even having a healing aura. Now, none of my creatures had legendary traits. I did not see the healing aura, but I can see how cool that could be, that they can heal themselves. I like that idea. It'd be even better if they could heal you, right? If they send out like this little area of effect, AoE of healing. I like that. So right now there's only 15 traits that are random whenever you tame a creature. So I got to show you a few different ones. And you got to see here how level 35 Kevin 1.0 that you've put some work into had better traits than just a regular 97 level. Do their traits change? I guess not. I don't know how that works. How do you get these rare and uncommon? I got these because I've had these creatures for a while. I don't know if there's a chance that their traits change. I don't know. It's all new. And then I went over to my geckos. I show you I have Leo and Cleo, which are level 97 and level 100. And their traits were pretty bleh. They were nothing too crazy. I believe Cleo had the improved jump. Yeah, this companion never skips leg day, which was uncommon, but then the other ones are common, the metabolism and sturdy. But again, I don't use these creatures a lot, and the main reason I don't use them is because I don't want them to die. So I've been real hesitant to use them, which leads me into the stink explosion that I didn't share with you initially, and to our next section called Incapacitation. So the stink explosion, this companion has a last resort just in case. Just in case what? Well, let me tell you. I'm excited for this one. This has needed to be in the game and it is finally here. I am so happy for it. I hope you guys will have the same sort of excitement. So it uses it as a last resort before they become incapacitated. So now when you take your creatures out to fight with you, go one-on-one in battles, they will not die instantly. Now, disclaimer alert, this still does not work for drowning. But for everything else, if they get attacked and they get downed, my Skybird and Kevin 1.0 will release a poof of gas smoke to help do damage to whatever hurt them, and then they will fall on the ground, usually with the feet up. There's now this ring that goes around them, just in case them laying on their back and their feet up wasn't enough of an indicator that they are incapacitated. You also have that. So let me read from the patch notes. Additionally, killed creatures don't die. That makes sense. Give me a moment. When a tamed creature's health hits 0, they will be incapacitated until someone or something either finishes them off or until you use a revived incense to bring them back to life, craftable at the workbench. Remember, if the incapacitated creature takes too much damage, it will die, so make sure to rev your pet before they perish. Okay, so let's get into this. Your creature's not going to die. It is going to go into an incapacitated state. When it's in that state, it can still take damage. So if you're fighting, whatever you're fighting can still attack your creature. You have to have that revive incense on you to revive your creature, or if they continue to take damage, then they will die for certain. That's awesome to me. I love this change so much. It gives me an opportunity to save my creatures and not lose my level 100 tame that I've been working on since day one, just like that, which is the reason, like I said, I never brought any of my tames battle with me. There is also another feature you guys are going to love. I know it, because hey, I don't want my creature to die anyway. There's now a toggle in the menu. What? It doesn't have to be put in later in a patch? No, they did it right now, that if you don't want your creature to die, turn that on and it'll say incapacitated creatures cannot be killed. So there you go. Your creature can still become incapacitated, but they won't die. Huh? I told you guys would like that. Told you would like this feature. Now, if you guys were paying attention and being nosy buddies when I was showing you the traps, you will have noticed the new revive incense that they've added to the game. It is a brand new thing that we have to craft. Revive incense revives an incapacitated companion and restores some of its health. This item has a single use, so it's not that expensive to make. Take some resin, bug lymphs, some refined wood, and flint. I forgot how long it took to craft it. It wasn't too long to wait, and like it says, it is a single use, so I would craft quite a few of those and just have them on my person at all times. Now, I do not know how long an incapacitated creature lasts incapacitate, especially if you have their death animation off. Like, could you log out of the game and come back and still find them in that state? I have no idea. Again, if you guys know, please let me know. I'll have to do some more testing to figure that out. So this is just another item that we're going to have to carry on our person. And I kind of went into the original video saying how our inventory, I hope that's another update coming soon, because it is getting so cluttered with things. Especially now is another item that we're just going to have on our person at all time. Or at least I know I will. I don't want to run the risk of not having this and something happening to my creatures. But I do love that they give us an opportunity to help our creatures. So I love, love, love this brand new feature. I love that there is a slider in the start menu that you can turn on and off. What do you guys think? So at the end of the video, the update video, they said they had a little surprise for us. So let us take a look at that pretty quickly. There you go, a praying mantis, just what I wanted and needed in my life. No, I tease. The model looks great. What do you guys think of the praying mantis? I cannot wait, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to tame it. CLR, you're not going to be able to ride a mantis. That's not one of the tame. Well, I kind of left something out on purpose. The last thing I want to mention is old enemies, new allies. So now with this taming update, almost every single creature in Smallands is tameable. You want that big green beetle on the beach? Go tame that big green beetle on the beach. You want to tame that jumping spider and use those? You tame, well, you hold on a minute because there's a bug with that bug. But after that, when they fix it, you tame that jumping spider and you can ride it. You want to tame a cockroach? What's wrong with you? Who hurt you? You want to talk about it? You can tame a cockroach. There are now 38 tames that you can choose from. So there is a plethora of animals that you can have with you. It'll be exciting to see you guys riding stink bugs, riding cockroaches into battle. I wonder how many points those are. Interesting. So there you go. Woo! It's a lot, but it was a big update with a lot of new features. And so far, I'm quite happy with everything I'm seeing. There's nothing that, when I was doing the crafting update review, that I was like, oh man, this is not going to be well received. I'm not having that feeling with this. As long as it is released properly, I'm hopeful because they added that slider with the death thing from the get-go. So hopefully they've learned from their mistakes. But like always, you guys keep me up to date with how things are going, especially in the console version. Patricia, I'm depending on you to let me know how it goes with the console version. But yeah, I think that is everything, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I will try my best to answer them. I hope this update video has helped you kind of suss out what this new tame update is all about. I know I was a little overwhelmed and confused at the start. I'm sure I forgot something, but if I did, we will go over it in our season 2, which is supposed to be on Wednesdays, but they keep adding updates, which is throwing me off. But we do have a new season. If you're into Smallands content, please consider subscribing. If you liked this update, please leave a like. That's going to do it for this one. I appreciate you all watching. You have a good one. Stay safe. And until the next time, bye. Alright, you landlubber, I hope you're ready to take to the skies. Get it? Landlubber? Because you're a lubber? You're a lub on land? Alright, I'm out.